Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we bring you round 4 of the Grand Touring Club Cup live from Circuit Zolder. In the booth with me tonight, I have Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Evening, Clyde. Evening, everybody.
And on the cameras and chipping in, usually when not required, we have Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody, except Clyde. Well, even Clyde. Let's say lightly.
So, Pete, Circuit Zolder. So before we came on air, I hated it. You liked it. Why do you like it?
I like it because it's got a real rhythm to it when you get going. I can chip off laps here, albeit not very fast ones. And towards the end of the lap, I sometimes do the wrong chicane because there's more than one. But I really like the flow of it. I know you said it was like Monza, a straight, then a chicane, then a straight, then a chicane. And to be fair, you're not wrong. But the difference here is that there's proper overtaking points and some challenging corners. Turn 1 is a bit of an anathema. You can take it on about 6 different lines, and none of them are better than the others, really. It's just a bit more dynamic, and I like getting into that flow and the rhythm of the laps. It's good.
But no, when you say there's some proper overtaking places, do you mean there's some proper send-it places or real overtaking places?
Well, there are some proper send-it places. Into that hairpin towards the end of the lap, definitely. Into any of the chicanes, they're all send-it points. Is he racing? Yes, he is. Ten Cullen is racing. But done well, they are also prime overtaking opportunities. And what you want to do is not do what Paul Burgess just did and smash your car over those curbs because they're evil. They do actually evil. Physically damage the cars. Yeah.
Yeah, and Paul obviously is on a good run of results. Talking about results, so let's have a look from last time out. Now, Tice Simons took away the win, or another win, shall we say. Joachim van... what did we call him last time? JVZ, that was it. Yeah, that's better. Came home second, and Martin Versluwen came home third. Apologies if this is wrong, but it looks like in AM, did Ben Cullen really take away the AM win?
Yeah, I think he did. Don't tell him, though. Yeah.
No. With Barry van Engelenhoven in second, and I believe Stefan Goebel in third for the AMs. So, in the AM standings, Barry van Engelenhoven leads the way on 588, with Anthony Downs in second on 546, and Baz Sluter on 525. In the pro standings, Tice Simons leads the way on 908, with Paul Burgess second on 809 and Marcus Bletz in third with 694. In the team standings, we have Asymmetric, which is A-Symmetric, because they've got about 73 teams in this. They lead the way on 1468. VTS Red in second with 1287, and Paceworks Esports in third with 1272. So that's us up to date. Now I see early on in qualifying, JVZ and Tice Simons are up there as usual. Returning Adam Watson, he did join in last time out, but I can't remember what his excuse was. Something like he'd just done a 24-hour race or something girly like that.
Yeah. I only heard blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so he didn't do too well, but he's up there in third. So bit of Paceworks domination at the moment.
Yes, they are a strong group of racers, it has to be said, with Tice Simons leading the way. this chap on screen, Josham, is currently top of the JVZ, sorry, top of the timing screens at the minute. He's your provisional pole man at the moment, and he's obviously very handy, managing to manoeuvre that bus around Zolder. Ty Simons and Adam Watson are your top three, all Paceworks drivers. They are having a whale of a time at the minute. I don't know, is that Martin Verschluven weaving his Angry Birds car around? Awesome. And then Jonathan Foote, he's another Paceworks driver. He's not on track at the minute, but he's in 6th. So yeah, they're locking out the top spots at the moment. I don't know where they're from. Are they geographically from Belgium or not?
I don't know.
Well, Adam Watson clearly isn't. But...
yeah. What I do know is, yes, we did make a bit of a cock up with the AM standings because we moved Ben Cullen up to pro this season because of his finish in the AM standings last season. So just to revise that, so V2 of the AM result from last time was Barry van Engelenhoven took away the win. Stefan Goebel came second, and Stein Hendricks was third, I believe.
Good to get that corrected and put Ben back in his place.
Yeah.
He said
Ben was last.
Yeah, he said he'd love to know where the overtaking places are or where I think they are. When he's grown up and yeah, he'll just send it anywhere. But when he's grown up and he's actually a good racer, I'll show him some places. I'll give him some lessons. Yeah, that'll help him, won't it?
You're not really known for your overtaking, Pete, if I'm honest.
No.
Right, so let's say some hellos on the chat. So hello to James, hello to Richard Allsop, hello to David Heavey, hello to Craig C, hello to Ben Cullen. We've got how long we got left in qualifying? We've got 18 minutes left of the 30-minute qualifying session. Then we've got a 90-minute race for you round here, fuel limited, so there will be at least one stop. Do we want to go on board with somebody, Pete, and have a look at this track in a bit more detail?
I think so, but don't ask me to say any of the corner names because I can't say any of them.
And shall we let Sam pick the car, because you know what it's like.
We're terrible. Yeah, we always get the one that's like. See the front of that Porsche? That was all smashed up from going over the curbs. So on board with Ty Simons, out of last corner. Sam's picked a good car on a decent lap here, I think. He's got some work to do to overtake JVZ, but we're into turn 1. He's balls that up.
Come on, Dice, I'm not gonna put you on the spot anymore. Let's go with Marcus then.
Here we go, Marcus will do it. So, a bit nearer that apex this time, please. Thank you. Take a bit of curve there, run it out wide, get on the gas. And then this one's going to be a smooth corner. Stay on the gas a little as you're braking, and then onto that curb, which fires you through here. It does feel like the camera's with you around here sometimes. This one doesn't. This one you wash out to the left-hand side a lot. It's got a good bit of curb there, but that's probably a bit too much. There's a car strobing in and out just there. So this is the first chicane. These curbs are awful. They are absolute evil, these two. And he's done a good job of avoiding them. That looks like it's quite quick through there. Up and over the hump here. And dive down and round. We're going to aim towards lots of curb on both of these. It's a horrible chicane, that, to be honest. A bit more curb on that side. He might have got a 1X on the inside of that other one. And then hold it to the left-hand side going around this corner into the hairpin. Shed at all your speed, second gear. Very slow around there. And then on the gas. Not really a chicane going through there. Good to get alongside people through here. And then you're going to tuck it in here. It's the slower of the two chicanes. Tuck it into that left-hander, then the right-hander. On the gas as early as you can safely do it, and then back over the stripe again. Well,
thanks for that, Pete. That was a little run through there. Let's have a look where we are at the moment. So, no change at the top. We've still got the 3 Paceworks drivers up there on the top 3 positions in Pro. So, JVC, Tice Simons, and Adam Watson. In AM, top of the pile at the moment, Barry Van Englenhoven showing pace again. Mark Heron showing pace, and Callum Mooney up there as well. So all looking good for them guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We're currently watching Baz Sluter. There's a lot of Porsches. Do we allow them to switch cars in this one? We don't, do we?
Well, yes and no. They can switch cars, but there's a penalty
Okay.
of 200 points, which is quite significant.
Yeah,
unless they wait until after round 6, where we have a free transfer window between round 6 and round 7, where drivers can change to whatever car they wish.
Awesome.
As long as it's in the series, obviously.
Yeah. So the front end of the field is again dominated by Porsches, and not the top spot though. JBZ's in the BMW, of course. So in the top 10 we have 6 Porsches, 2 Ferraris, 2 Beamers, and a Ford. Martin Verschluven's Ford. You can make that Ford work, can't you, if you're geared into it properly, if you tapped into what it does. Ooh, that's very wide.
To be fair, even though the Porsche is popular, I was thinking that of any of the tracks on the schedule, this would probably be one to shake it up a bit.
Right.
You know, maybe get something different out there, and saying that Paul Burgess has just put his Ferrari top of the pile.
He really has as well. He's ahead by only, is that 300ths? It is, isn't it? So that is very tight at the top. I was going to say that the asymmetric paints are fantastic, aren't they? They've gone metallic. They're not newly revised for this race. They've been like that for a while, but just focusing in on them. Callum Mooney's is absolutely fantastic. The purple on that car, it's excellent.
The one that I like, colour-wise, it's like a grey and blue. Not sure which one of the asymmetric guys that is.
Is that Anthony Downs?
Don't know. It's not that one.
Oh, that's Mark Heron.
Keep finding them, Sam. No, not that one.
Not Anthony Downs either.
I do like that one, though, because it's claret and blue. Up the hammers. No, that's green.
Yeah, but I don't have the preview of the cars in SDK, so I have to make that up from nothing and just try to find a car, which is...
might not even be on track.
Not even the same team. Yeah, I don't really know.
On, Sam.
I don't think he's racing tonight.
No, I don't.
He is, because when I loaded into the session, that was the car I was looking at. And I thought, ooh, that's nice.
Well, okay then, but tell me the name and I will
find it.
Later. Oh, that's off track?
That's, right in the kitty litter, that one.
Right, I'm going to find it now. Sam is useless.
Oh. Alright, so Marcus has been back in the pits and fixed his front splitter because it's now straight again.
There it is.
And Perks.
Oh, I didn't knew that Andy was in the asymmetric team. That's why I wasn't looking for him.
I like that one.
We'll have to see it on track if he ever leaves pit lane. I tell you what, he's quick though. He's 4th in AM at the minute. And for those of you watching at home, everybody grids together. They don't split up the Pro and Am for the start of the race, and all points are in order. So the higher up you go as an AM, the better your points, same as a Pro.
I have a rather large lump of chocolate cake.
I hate you. I think Ben Cullen is now dead to you, Sam. He's put a message on that says get Clyde back on the cameras.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I was trying to be not as assertive I would be today, but you know,
Yeah.
he's going to be a lot focused on, and probably a lot of slow mo because as we saw yesterday, he blew his motor up. So. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's not a good teammate in Team Yellow. I had to carry the team yesterday, and I'm sure he will let the team down again today. So,
Yeah, did you notice that he tried to quit as fast as he could so we didn't get any footage of his engine blowing up?
Probably no. I was focused on my own race, you know, trying to do the job for the team. As we know, they're not good enough to be in BSTC, but you know, we are kind enough to keep him.
Yeah, we'll carry him for a bit longer.
We're doing care in the community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. We need some slow drivers to just, you know, make us feel a bit better. Well, my first race went better than yours, Ben. So, yeah. That's what I have to say.
So we've got about 9 minutes of this session left. There's still, well, most of the top end of the field are on track, and Ty Simons has regained his lead. His provisional pole again. He's now 6/600ths faster than Paul Burgess. So it's potting up at the top of the field. Mick Mullard taking a substantial amount of curb there. And while you're watching the cars, if they've got the orange numbers, they are in the AM class. You don't want to be as wide as that though, Mick. That's going to end in tears. And replacement Ferrari parts. And if they are in green, the numbers, then they are in the Pro category. Barry van Englenhoven is an AM driver because his number is orange. So JVZ, I think that was, keeping out of his way as he completes his lap. I have to say, Sam, that I prefer the layout of this track where that last chicane is the faster of the two, because you just kind of throw it into both corners.
Yeah, I've never driven the fast last chicane one. This one is the original layout.
That's right.
And the other one is the alternative one, and yeah, I've never driven, you know, the small. Oh, Ben looking up tires again.
Yeah, it's gonna come out of his wages.
But yeah, no, but it sounds better when we had the GT40 series there. I think it gave up on a passing opportunity spot, I think. With the slowest chicane, you can dive into the inside. But it's so tight in the corner that I don't think it's a real passing spot. Except if you don't have the help of the other car.
Yeah. And something that I always find a bit different with this track is that... Ooh, crikey. That was a lot of air from Matt Snook. When you go to pit lane on this track, you go straight on past that last chicane, and it's just a bit of a different feature, to be honest, because it's not like off the normal racing circuit as such. It's a proper dedicated run to the pit lane.
Yes, and usually people diving into the pit lane goes faster than the guy staying on track, especially on that layout. And you have to be very careful if you are committed to pit lane and the car in front of you is not. He's gonna brake before you. So you have to really keep that in mind, because yeah, we see on the previous shots, the pit lane goes into the right, and yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. When you're alone on track, when you want to pit, that's good because you can just carry a lot of speed in, and that might be a good difference in pit stop time and over undercut or whatever.
Yeah, I got over-focused following some cars when TCR and GT4 went here last season.
Yeah, I remember that.
Followed the cars past the chicane I was supposed to be racing through, and followed all the GT4s nearly into pit road. But
we didn't see that.
No, you didn't slow-mo it either, did you?
No. Ty Simon's top of the pile, I see.
Yeah, and as Craig said on the chat, pit lane is a bit like F1 track in Montreal.
Yes, that's right. That's a huge marker from Tom
Why I
Sluter.
say that in English when it's a French word. Yeah, on the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, it's kind of the same deal. You can go flat out when you're on your own, but if you got something in front of you, they will brake for the chicane, and that's when you're a bit complicated to manage. I would say.
It's because there's cars going into that right-hand chicane at Montreal, to Wall of Champions territory, and everybody else going to pit lane just carries on flying through. I suppose it's about working yourself a gap in front of you, isn't it? So where are we at? Have we changed anything at the top? I don't think we have. Everybody's as they were a minute ago. Ty Simons is your provisional poleman. Paul Burgess is provisionally second, and JVZ is provisionally third at the moment. I think the front end of this grid is going to be very blue, white and black. But I think there'll be a lot of competition for them. There's quite a lot of asymmetric cars and Dutchies cars lining up to oust them.
Yeah, we're getting at the pointy end, aren't we, of qualifying, so...
Yep, not long now, about 3 minutes, something like that.
JVZ's going out again.
Was a good dodge by Ty Simons.
Yeah, I think Stuart Dick and Larry DeLonge just had a coming together.
Yeah, it sounds like they had a misunderstanding between the two of them. I love the corner that leads into this chicane, because you feel like you can't lose grip. You just absolutely floor it around that corner. And then as soon as you straighten the car up, you're on the brakes. It's a fantastic feeling.
So Ty Simons there, proudly wearing the number 1 as last season's champion.
Always good to get him in the booth after the race. He's always an energetic character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always good for a wind-up, isn't he?
He's not wiped out any teammates for quite a long time.
Well, let's see if you've put the mockers on him.
That's what I was hoping for. Can't let him get too far away.
Is that part of his coaching abilities, by the way?
Yeah.
Can you book a session, right? If you're watching this after the race, you can answer it on the Discord. But can we book a training session on how to wipe a teammate out? And I would love to take part of these lessons to just, crush into Ben. If one day he can be faster than me, which is, not really expected in the near future, but anyway.
I was going to say, that's the lesson that Ben Cullen doesn't need. Oh, a bit of flashy lighty from Adam Watson. Hopefully he's not testing that button for use in the race. There we go, there's an example of someone diving off to pit lane instead of taking the chicane. I think these boys are trying to get toe going and get themselves further up the field here.
Yeah, Paul Burgess still leading the way for the asymmetric guys.
Yeah, he's done a brilliant time, to be honest. Have you eaten your chocolate cake too fast and now got hiccups?
No, I've saved half of it.
Right.
Because I'm not a pig.
Yeah, you are.
And it did weigh about £8.
So Anthony Downs trying to get a toe around the track and move himself up from 5th in class so far. Currently 19th overall. And this is Tyler, who's doing really well, actually. He's 8th at the minute. He's the highest BSTV car in the field at the moment. He's got a good sector 3 on the board on this lap. I wonder if this will move him up at all. Time. And the session has gone checkered now, so I'm not sure whether it went checkered before he crossed the line or not. I don't think it did.
No, I don't think so. I think the last one was with an off track or something because there's no time recorded.
Right, okay. It is easy to get off tracks here, isn't it, Sam? There's a few chicanes that, particularly the second chicane, not this one coming up. This one's all about curbs. Stay off the curbs here. Ooh, there's somebody that looked like a
VTS car.
Yeah.
Marcus Blatt, I think, the red one.
Yeah, this is the corner I love, which is the left-hander. This is the one where you pick up X's so easily on any of the 3 aspects of that chicane.
Inset picture of the smiling assassin.
Jams on the brakes for the hairpin. Nearly said chicane again. Oh, there's a Dutchie car going slow in front of him. Stays clear of him though, which is good. He has got a couple of good sectors here, I think. Took a lot of curb on that one.
Yeah.
A bit wide there. That might have 1x'd him. Hard to tell. Let's see if he moves up. He does. He moves up a position.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Took about a 10th off of his time there. Car looking resplendent.
Oh, we've just got to wait just 20 seconds or so for the session to trip over. Good evening to Stacey on the chat. That's a good point. Doesn't Martin normally race this?
Yeah, he did put a message in earlier on to say that he couldn't make it tonight.
Ah, right. Fair enough.
I think Stacey's tied him up or something.
So that's the session tripped over. So your pole man for tonight will be Ty Simons for Paceworks Esports. Off second will be JVZ, who managed to put a faster time in to take away second for Paceworks Esports Holland. Paul Burgess will go off third for Asymmetric. Adam Watson will go off fourth for Paceworks Esports Holland as well, even though I'm pretty sure he's not Dutch. Martin Versluven will go off fifth for Dutch's Esports Alpha. Sixth will be Tom Sluter for Dutch's Esports Charlie. Tyler Newitt, we watched his lap in seventh off the grid. Stuart Dick will go off eighth. Abdul for Asymmetric. Abdul Alamri AAA will go off ninth for A-Symmetric. And Jonathan R. Foot will go off 10th for Paceworks Esports.
Okay, so in 11th, we have come back Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. 12th is Ben Cullen for BSTV Esports.
I think you're missing the guys, Clyde.
Yeah,
I
right.
think this is a standing start and not a pace start because there's no pace car on track. So I'm gonna do the quick because we don't have time. So Mark Run 11, Jamie Wilson, Ben Cullen, Barry Van Engelen, Anthony Downs, Adam Wright, Kellen Mooney, Andy Burks, Marcus Blatz, Marcel Campanel, Bas Sleuter, Michael Ward, Stefan Goebel, Michael Mueller, and wrong button.
Larry DeLonge, Matt Snook, Frank T-Bosch, Simon Chester, Craig Evans, Chris Shaw, and Colin McAllister will start from pit road.
Thank you, Peach.
Excellent stuff. I don't know who that... Ooh, there's chaos in the background.
It's absolute carnage in the background.
It certainly is. I think some people did not go thinking it was... Well, expecting a rolling start, I should say. Interesting, Clyde.
Yeah. Different.
Yeah, and I think first place jumped the start.
Possibly, yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna blame Clyde for this because it's his fault. He's the guy setting up the session. But there's half
Some
car.
second-hand BMWs coming down the road. So, where are we? We have JVZ, obviously, out in front at the moment. Ty Simons is in second. We don't know whether JVZ's going to end up with a drive-through for jumping that standing start. Adam Watson is in third, with Tom Sluter fourth. And Paul Burgess is in fifth. That's 2 wide. Going round turn number 3. And it looks like Jamie Wilson's going to have to give best here, I think. No, he's got in front. So, well held there from Jamie Wilson. Adam Wright just in front of his teammate Ben Cullen at the moment, with Anthony Downs in front of him. Oh, there's a car off there. Ooh, that's Mark Heron by the look of things. Oh, and it was a bad rejoin. A very bad rejoin, I would say. I'm not sure whether he couldn't see those cars, but they'll be shown on his relative for sure. And that's the And Perks paint job that Clyde liked so much. About to get Barry Van Englenhoven, maybe.
Yeah, he was switchy there, wasn't he?
He's gone wide as a result of brake bias issues or damaged car issues. Jamie Wilson's still clean. And Paul Burgess down a couple of positions from the start.
That's actually a pretty looking BMW now.
Yeah, it's been fully improved in the looks department. So Marcus Bletz looks like his car's undamaged at the moment, makes his way through. We've got a few cars in pit road at the moment.
Sorry.
So the two BSTV cars make their way around the hairpin, nearly say chicane every time they get to that point on the track.
So I think we should make the decision and start this again with a standing start, as we're only 5 minutes into the race.
Yeah, that does seem sensible.
Any chance you could go into the session, Pete, and announce it to the drivers, and I will set the session up.
Certainly will. I think I can speak from being a watcher. So give me 1 second. I will mute myself on Discord.
I'm not sure you
Actually, Mr. Cullen is doing the job for us.
Ah, excellent.
So thank you very much, Ben. Okay.
I think we can all thanks Clyde for this method. That's Clyde in all of his glory.
Yeah, I'm sure it's easily done when you set up so many sessions.
Yes, that's true. But we don't have any standing start, so that's a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm
These
sure
poor
it's just...
guys having fun. Adam Watson
They
leading
are
the race
actually,
right now, cutting out the chicane. Nice one.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope Clydes do that properly. I think you can get the result from the previous. Oh, yay! I don't think Adam will be able to race the next one because he's now into on the International Space Station.
Yep. His new number plate says Mia on it.
Yeah, probably. I think we've got Tyler in the booth. Tyler?
Oh, I was just going to tell you guys you need to voice broadcast on race control because it overrides people who have it muted. Sorry.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, I don't have voice over on the race, but Pete should have. To do that, Pete?
Not yet. As a watcher or as a racer?
That's both. You can just, if you, I think it's F9 to open the comms channel, or F10, yeah. And you just have to broadcast on race control.
Yep.
But yeah, I think all the drivers got the notice, so it should be all good. I love Tyler's last message in the VRA Discord. Now Clyde's getting 30 grid spot correct will be interesting, and it will surely be very interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Well, I can read it off the existing grid. Or I can do this. Right, that's everybody out of the other session. We'll leave that one.
Yeah, I'm still in just to show some wonderful footage of Zolder.
Yeah, cool.
Waiting for Clyde to set up the next session, and I will join then. Yeah,
I've given him screen dumps of the starting order from the last one. So
yeah, I don't think if it's possible in iRacing, but you should be able to, in league racing, you can set up a grid from previous results, and I'm not sure if you can use the, qualifying result for a previous session, or at least it needs to be finished, and I don't think, as the race is not finished, I don't think like Clyde as the result is then able to set up the grid fast.
no, it's going to be a few minutes for him to get his head around that. So I'll talk to you about the rest of what we've got for the GTCC. So obviously we're at Zolder, or we will be when we get back in a session. Next time out, we're at Laguna Seca. Now, everybody's always usually very familiar with Laguna Seca because you race that in all the rookie series, pretty much. That's going to be at sunrise, so it'll be nice and cool and then getting hotter in terms of track temperature. And that's in a fortnight's time on May 16th. At the end of the month, on May 30th, we're at Bathurst for a morning session. Big old Bathurst, Mount Panorama, a massive track that certain drivers like to specialise at. Tyler's one of those, isn't he, Sam?
Can you say that again? I was reading a few things and
sorry.
I've not been listening to you, so...
No, that's fine. I was just saying Tyler's a Bathurst specialist. He likes to ensure he gets fastest laps and wins around there.
Yeah, he's pretty damn quick at Bathurst, yes.
Yeah. And then in June, we've got Spa. That's at noon, so that'll be a hot one back in Belgium again. Some people like it, some people don't. Interlagos is at the end of June for round 8, which is in the afternoon there. Not a track I always get along with, but I have done all right there. It's definitely an iconic track and a Formula 1 track to boot. Round 9 is at Phillip Island, a track that I was surprisingly good at a few weeks ago. Not seen that form since. And that's at sunrise. Round 10 is Le Mans. In late afternoon, so always a blast going around Le Mans, testing the speed caps of these cars, the rev limiters of these cars. And round 11 will be Sebring in the morning, which is always a fantastic place to go. Another track where everybody's super familiar. And then Daytona is round 12, late afternoon. So some fantastic fixtures to go to, some amazing tracks in that list. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to take this to a nail-biting finish, and hope Ty Simons doesn't get the full run of the tracks. I'm just gonna respond to Tice because he's sending messages a moment. So 1 sec.
Yeah, and we have to remember that we asked the slowest guy of all three of us to set up the session, which is Clyde. So this may take a bit of time. Evening car 11 on the track, on the chat, not on the track. He's not racing, of course. And how much to put Dice? Well, I'm gonna ask Dice. How much Dice offers to keep his first place, and then it's gonna be the double of Dice price to, put him at the back. I think that's a fair amount. If that's okay. The start or me asking for money to put tires at the back? Because, that's... Yeah, you were muted, and yeah, Thor asked on the chat to put tires at the back and how much money. So I said that it will be double that what tires offer to us to keep him at the front of the pack.
Yeah,
I think we can
totally.
make a lot of money like that.
For sure. I'm surprised we're even charging money to put him at the back. He might still win it as well, knowing ties. So hopefully we can get racing again soon. Obviously, restarting a race and applying a grid takes a great deal of time. Hopefully, everybody can join, but we understand if people's private lives take priority, and that extra 30 minutes isn't an option, or however long it's going to be.
Yeah, I tried. This is why I wasn't listening to you at the first place when you asked me a question. I tried to build up the grid myself, just to have a look if we can load from the session that is actually hosted, but it doesn't work. So yeah, you can't, use the session that is actually running, or at least not his qualification result. So
Yeah.
Clyde has to manually drag every people from the league into the race session, and this one has quite a big entry. So yeah, 31 people for this race. So that takes quite a long time. And we know Clyde is slow, and I know he's listening in the background. So I'm just, trying to make it even easier for him. Just giving him shit. That's great.
I'm sure he'll get his own back on you at some point. Yeah, so where else are we in the next few weeks?
You already said that.
No,
for
I
all
was
the
talking
leagues.
about,
Okay.
yeah. This is Pete desperately reaching out for something to talk about at the moment.
Well, we are doing GD3 tomorrow.
We are, yes, next level.
Exactly.
And we are at Suzuka. And
Which
then
is gonna
on
be a
Wednesday,
blast, I'm sure.
it is. I do like Suzuka. That is another
it's
track
a great
that I
track,
like
yeah.
to play around. Yeah, lots and lots of places to send it there for Ben. That's for sure. And then GT4 TCRs go to Long Beach on Wednesday. So you'll see me crash into probably all the walls and the fountain. I did once see a replay of a car on top of the fountain there. I don't think it's the first one either. Then we've got a weekend with no races, which is fairly unique for us. And the following Wednesday, GT4 and TCR are back, but they are at Mid-Ohio, which another track I think is brilliant. I don't know how they do IndyCar around there, but they do. It's just a stunning track to drive around, very addictive. And then on the 15th, we've got Next Level Esports Enduro at Watkins Classic Boot, which is always a brilliant race at Watkins, especially in those cars. Obviously, we've mentioned that GTCC is at Laguna Seca next time out in a fortnight. And then GT3s again follow that at Phillip Island. So some great tracks that we go to with some of these series. There may be other series that pop up as well, because we are ever expanding and hoping for more people to take us up on broadcasting their series. So all very exciting.
So apparently Clyde said that we should start this again with a standing start. So let's hope Clyde doesn't make the mistakes to start another session with another standing start. Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope it's a rolly one for this session. And the Discord chat is hot at the minute. But I think everybody's in good spirits still. I don't think there's too many disgruntled racers. Although Tyler does say that he is very disgruntled. I'm sure you are, Tyler. But from what you're typing on Discord at the moment, which I've not yet shared with everybody else, it seems like this has bailed you out somewhere. Right. He's only disgruntled because he's having to spend the weekend with Ben in the Discord chat. A worse punishment nobody knows of.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing about, being in a team chat, is because there's Ben in the team chat.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for the fun and the sake of it, I'm gonna watch that stop again.
Yeah, why not? There goes
the background. Jeez. God, upside down.
Well, that's just cheating, getting in pit lane that way.
Yeah. I don't know who that was. I think that was Marco. Yeah, that was Marco.
Well,
to be fair, these cars are not meant to stand like that.
No.
Yeah, 2 cars in the same spot, and that's a good flying ramp, These cars.
He gets
great.
quite a lot of distance on his lid, doesn't he?
Let's do that from inside Marco's car.
Yeah, and you can see that the rear view camera on his dashboard still worked after he'd crashed. His Porsche's made of brilliant things. So thinks he's okay, and then whee! Look, the rear view camera shows everything in the right orientation as well. Thought of everything at iRacing.
That's the best part of the start.
Yeah. I mean, he's nailed it. Look.
Yeah, nailed it. Even before the line goes on. He's so far ahead. That's great.
He's about 3 weeks ahead at this point, isn't he?
Well, there he goes. That's so funny. Yeah, so Marco got a black flag for unsafe speed entry. Well, that was very unsafe, You went over the wall on your roof. That's not not safe at all.
It's because he doesn't have a pilot's license, so he wasn't qualified to fly over the wall.
I got twice this on Twitch, but I never remember who it is saying that should have. I think it's Frank T-Bosch. I think it is. Car number 50. No, that's Matt Snook. Okay, let's go.
Jamie Wilson's just posted a pretty much viral message on the VRA GTCC chat. Yeah.
Oh, nice avoidance. Nice one. Nice start. Nice start.
He says it could have been worse. It could have been Clyde driving a manual safety car.
Yeah, that's true. Is Clyde still breathing, by the way?
I think so, probably heavily.
Too much cake today. He's probably taking a poop at the same time, saving him the session.
He's probably just gone to go and get more cake or something like that. Ben says, "Can we hurry up? Because Tyler knew it's bedtime soon." Oh,
Marco, that's a good point. Oh yeah, let's hope for that, because that was super nice flip over.
It was, yeah. On the not the top 10, that'd be awesome.
Right, I think I'm there.
Right.
Finally.
Absolute nightmare.
Are we rolling? Please say.
Double checking everything.
Running start. Running start. That's the most important.
Standing start. Done.
Man, you're gonna cook this up, I'm sure. What an awesome start by Marco. I'm sure we'll remember that one for a long time. That's a nice side flip on the wall, you know. People skateboarding should probably know the figure. I don't, but you know. That looks like some amazing move.
Session launches. Yeah, well, I can see it.
And do you know what? If everybody crashes on the rolling start, I'm going to be very angry.
All right, let's switch to the next session then.
Poor Burgess. If you drive backwards around the track, you get fuel back. Right, I'm going to step away for a moment. I'll be back very shortly.
Are you sure about your session settings, Klein?
Yep. Why?
I don't know, I'm not in the session yet. But I wonder if you're sure about them.
Absolutely positive. I double checked them.
Right then.
Ooh, 20 minutes of practice, that's pretty long.
Yeah, so we can advance the session once everybody's in. Because if I'd have done 10 minutes, somebody would have gone, I didn't get time to get in.
Pit lane is a bit of a mess right now.
Yeah.
It would be funny that drivers get a black flag and can't race.
Yep. How do you advance the session?
I can't wait.
Not sure everybody's in yet.
Yeah.
I don't think AAA is going to be in because he said
he
he's not got the time in his day yet, sadly.
So it's everybody except him that, should be in.
There's 29 in at the moment.
Yeah, so we're missing 2.
One being AAA.
Yeah. And 1 being... Oh, no. Can you see Ty Simon in that list? Yeah, there he is. Sorry.
So apparently Adam can't make the next one.
All right, in that case, everybody's here then, right?
Yeah.
Or is that not the case?
Do it.
Alright, well, let's advance the session then. And get ready for the second raid. Did it work?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's checkered. Okay, cool. All right. Well, you know the grid, so. Where is the base car?
There's no pace car again. Oh.
No, there's a base car. There it is. There it is. You can hear the heartbeat right now from Clyde's microphone. Where's the base car? Where's the base car?
Actually missed a chance to wind them all up there, didn't we?
Probably, yeah. There's a few things you could have done.
Should have set it up as a standing start with me in the pace car.
So we start rolling as I eat onion rings. Now they'll get to all feel like they're driving in a real race. There'll be tyre warming and all sorts of stuff going on now. So we'll try this again. So do you have to literally drop them in one at a time into their position order?
Yes.
Wow. Brutal, isn't it?
And remove all the drivers that are in the league and didn't show up.
Ah. What this does mean is that the first 3 cars, oh, they would have been like that anyway, are of different manufacturers, so that's good. They do sound good, these cars, don't they?
They do, yeah.
Sound like proper racing vehicles. So let's see what these guys make of this now as we approach the end of the formation lap. Or the rolling lap. The pace car will go straight ahead. It looks quite erratic when it disappears. It obviously has to realign itself. Unless they fix that, of course. But we might not see it.
Yeah, it does go a bit sideways, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you've got to remember where the pace car is, because if you advance beyond it and you go, you're done. And he's gone.
He's gone straight away.
He's got a massive leap on everybody. And that's the benefit of being pole man. Whoa, dear! Paul Burgess away with one of the Dutchies, and another Dutchies car followed them off.
Yeah, I think we should start again with a standing start.
Let's hope that that's all that we lose at the beginning of this race. And that was...
Oh, that was a hard hit in the background.
It was. I don't know who it is.
They're still going round.
Yep. Sadly, that's Asymmetric's highest car that got wiped out, or wiped himself out. Oh, he's still on the gravel now.
Yeah, there was definitely a coming together and then a finishing off.
Yeah. Was Thomas Sluter going wide, was it? Oh, no. Take that back.
Oh, that was blue on blue.
It really was. That was a big hit. Yeah. Mick Muller says, thank you very much.
Yeah,
made that nice and easy. Yeah, yeah. Sideways slide there for Colin McAllister. So. Oh. Over-rotated by Mick Muller.
So easy to do on this track.
Very easy indeed. Oh dear, that is one of our... Oh dear. Wow, what's going on here?
Oh, Chris Shaw was in it, I know that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of our cars, BSTV car in there. Here we go. On the inside here. Oh, couldn't really tell what happened there, other than the fact that it was quite a violent series of hits. And that's one of the Team Black Diamond cars. Is it Simon Chester's car? Ah, right, so he's cut across the track and not been clear.
Yes.
Anthony Downs, I think, was the other car in that mess.
A lot of metal work in the pit lanes.
Yep. This looks like Jamie Wilson sizing up. Is that Tyler? Yep. And in your inset picture there, you've got Tyler on the left and Jamie on the right. These two very capable drivers. I won't curse them completely by saying that they're usually two of the safest drivers that we have on track. Come round to finish off lap 3. Ooh, it's VTS on VTS. Multi 21, or are they scrapping for this one? Because those are the two VTS red cars.
Yeah, Marcus Blitz leading Marco Luert.
Tyler and Jamie taking different lines into that corner, and Jamie's got the advantage here, I think. He's on the inside for the next 2 turns. And Tyler's got a slow down.
Oh, he has, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be from turn 1. He'll have taken way too much curb at turn 1. That's another place that it's easily done round here. Now he's got to gather it back together. So, a few cars there getting the advantage. Tom Sluter taking a lot of curb. And he's damaged his splitter. You can see it's got a little snarl on it now.
Yeah, Ben Cullen putting him under pressure.
Well, that damage won't go unnoticed, I don't think, because it does affect the handling of the car. And there he goes. I'd hate to use the word send, but, you know.
Well, if he crashes again, I'm going to change it to bend.
Anyway, he's now got Tyler Newitt behind him.
Callum Mooney in behind Tyler Newitt. Then there's a bit of a gap back to the VTS red cars.
I'm guessing there must have been crashes in that gap, which has created it. So out front at the moment, Ty Simons has a 2.3 second lead over this man here. We can see the gap just there. JVZ is in second in his BMW, and then Adam Watson and his teammate is right behind him. These are the two Paceworks Holland cars. And in the distance there you can see Stuart Dick in the Ferrari, and Martin Verschluven just behind that. Mark Heron is the highest AM car this time round, and he's in 7th place overall at the moment, so that's a bit of a result for him. JV's had under a bit of pressure from his teammate. I'm not sure whether they run team orders or not.
I don't know. David Heavey would be the man to ask if he's still on the chat.
He's more interested in my onion rings at the minute.
Yeah. Stick some in the post.
Yep. Sure, they'll be fine when they get to him. Now, look at the splitter on that Porsche. That's bent up as well. He's been over the curbs. I wonder if the Porsche is more susceptible because it rides lower on the ground. Or does he reckon it just shows the damage more?
I don't know. I don't know. You look at real racing and I don't know. Take Formula One as an extreme. all the little things that they've got dangling off the cars and wing end plates and stuff like that, and they tell you they're all really, really important, and then, you know, a driver loses a bit. Whoa! Yeah, driver loses a bit, and it doesn't really do
anything.
anything. So, you know. So Thor Brander's telling us they can do whatever they want as long as they don't crash.
Okay. And I think Ben Cullen needs a pilot's license after that, How far has he dropped? I can't even find him. He's not dropped far, but he might have some real estate between him and the next position. And this is definitely on, so Mick Muller lining up Stefan Kogel and doing it under braking. Or is he? Yep. No, maybe not.
No. He did, he didn't, he did, he didn't.
He's doing it again. Didn't want to give that up. And Stefan certainly doesn't want to let him have it. Jamie Wilson has found himself a new victim in the form of Mark Herron. Quick. He's not doing slouchy laps at all. And if he can get on the back of the two cars in front of him, which is Jonathan Foote and Martin Verschluven, he'll get a tow. He's probably already got a tow, actually, at that distance. It's only 1.5 seconds, so it will be dragging him down the road. Bit of an odd line from Jamie that time out of turn 1.
It's got to take a lot to drag that BMW, surely.
Yeah, like a Leyland Routemaster in front of you or something like that. Cut a big old hole in the air. A little wide there in the distance from Tom Sluter, who looks like his car's seen a bit of action at the front. Big sweeping line from the BMW, a much tighter line from the Ferrari. A lock up there from Mark Herron puts Jamie Wilson right on him. Keeps it tight on the inside there. Lets the camber of the road take the rest of the car. And this might be... No, he's not having it yet. He does stalk his prey, doesn't he, Jamie Wilson? He's done him now.
Yeah. We should replay the Jaws music when he comes up behind him.
Yeah. So Callum Mooney still with Tyler Newitt. And Tyler's got quite a lot of empty track in front of him at the moment. 4 seconds of it to Tom Sluter, actually. I'm just trying to see if... no, Tom is still doing faster laps than Tyler at the moment, so that gap's not going to reduce. And with that sort of gap, obviously there's no tow for Tyler, so Callum should be in a good position to either stay with him or pass him. Oh, hang on. That's Team Black Diamond car. Don't know which one that is. Is that Colin?
Matt... Oh, was it Matt Snook? I don't know. Is it Simon Chester?
And this is a Dutchie's car that's a lap down at the minute. It's a pro car.
Actually, I think it was Colin McAllister
Right.
that crashed.
Yep, here it is. Already looks a little gnarly before the... ooh. Is that a brake bias issue by the look of that, you think?
Yeah, lost it on the way in, didn't he?
Yep. Back end turned on him. Didn't hit anything though, so bit of a result. If you're gonna crash like that, then don't hit anything. See, that BMW's got a crease now. Didn't have that before. Front splitter again. These curbs are brutal around here. Oh, hang on.
Oh, that's Tom Scooter, and he's stuck.
He's pitched up. I've had cars do that before. Occasionally it'll release it, but he's just lost it on the gas. Oh no, he's gone really wide. That's just weird.
That is, yeah.
Oh, I feel quite sorry for Tom. That's not what you need and not what you deserve, is it? For something so innocuous.
Yeah, you can understand it if it was a big pile in, but it wasn't, was it?
No. Yeah, if he'd travelled at it ass first and bounced up in the air, maybe, but he didn't. Very strange bit of physics there. Oh, here we go. Ben's managed to catch up to one of the VTS. Oh, he must have already passed one of the VTS red cars.
Yeah, he's between Marcus and Marco now.
Yeah, because that BMW behind him is a lap down. There's a Team Black Diamond car with no front on it. That's Craig Evans with no front. Possibly cheating by reducing the overall weight of his car.
Yeah, but prettying up the BMW.
Prettying up the BMW, yeah.
Got rid of that silly grill, hasn't it?
Yeah. And Andy Perks dropped a few positions since the start. I think avoiding other people's crashes is a feature of his race. He's got rear wing damage.
Yeah, it's only slight, isn't it?
Yeah. Certainly in better fettle than the BMW in front of him. Although not if he does that. So too much curb. Bounced his Porsche up in the air. Frank T-Bosch is still a few seconds behind him, so he's got time to rejoin. Ben Cullen's still on the back of Marcus Bletz. So Ty Simons has now got himself a 6.8 second gap at the front of the field. So this looks similar to what happened last time, isn't it, Clyde? He kind of checked out.
Yeah. Interesting to see what the pit stop does round here.
It is a very strange pit lane.
Yeah, and what's the undercut going to be like? Is there going to be an undercut? Does pitting early just put you back in traffic?
Oh dear, do you see that in the background? That was the other VTS red car getting it all sorts of wrong. I think that was Marco Loert. Here it is. Oh dear.
Oh no, that was a big hit.
Yeah.
Somebody cut that tree down.
Oh dear. Yeah, just a tyre off. That's all it was. And as me and Sam were saying before, he's having to tell other cars that he's pitting because you go straight on at the final chicane. And he's in now. And Ben is sizing up his teammate at the minute. Not quite close enough just yet, unless he's got a good run off that corner into the first chicane. Shows his nose, but doesn't do anything more about it than that. Is that Martin Verschluven? It is, yeah, Martin Verschluven.
Yeah.
And Jamie Wilson's caught these guys.
He has, yeah.
There's that Jaws music. On board with Jamie Wilson now, heading towards turn 1. Now, I wonder if he'll do what he often does and not get involved in their battle yet, see how it transpires, or do you reckon he's going to get through it as quick as he can, Clyde?
Oh, I think he's busy watching that DVD. Well, the next, if he clears these quick enough, the next car up the road is going to be Stuart Dick. How far ahead is he?
5 seconds.
6 seconds, 7 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of air between these two now, so maybe that's all he needs in order to get a safe pass done on the Ford.
Yeah, and if he gets held up too long, that could get Mark Heron back on his rear bumper.
Yeah, in fact, Stuart Dick has amazingly made his way towards them very quickly. He's obviously had an off. He is right there.
He has, yes.
Now he's having another off. So he's going to have a slowdown. Is he pulling over? He's got technical issues, surely. That's very un-Stuart Dick-like.
I'd like to see what happened.
I've
He's
got
back
no
running
incident
again.
apart from the cutting of the chicane at the end, so I don't know what happened to Cyril.
I think he's had some sort of hardware failure. I don't see another explanation for it. And these two cars have split up in front of Jamie Wilson now, so his overtake would be safe, in inverted commas, or safer. And while watching this, at the front of the field, it is a Paceworks affair. They now hold the first 4 positions, with Martin Verschluven in your screen with Jamie being the first 2 vehicles that are not a Paceworks car. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Stefan getting overtaken by a couple of cars.
Snook.
Yeah.
Going round the outside, inside for the next for the chicane.
No, he's backed out.
He's had to back out of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of curb from Stefan. That's going to stop his exit of that corner pretty quick. He's got damage at the rear of that Porsche as well, I think. Low down on it. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way that thing is. That diffuser. Yeah, it's just the diffuser. And probably my bad eyesight. This is still going on. With Jamie Wilson right with Martin Verschluven. That was a good line through there from Jamie. This to be a well-sized up attempt, maybe? No, he's not. That Ford took a wider line, which stopped him getting the momentum, I think.
It's also got a lot of grunt, hasn't it, that Ford?
Yep.
And it's about 6 foot lower than the BMW.
It is. You can see the Beamer
over the top of it, can't you?
Yeah. It's a bit like a skateboard, isn't it? It's just bizarre. So he's got lots and lots of momentum here.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
It's Craig.
Craig Evans. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Under braking into turn 1. Not done it yet because
Still on.
yeah, he might
Got to hang it
cross
back there.
over. He did this before. He did a crossover on someone and it worked. Here it goes. He's alongside and side by side through turn 3.
This one's the left.
Yeah, but he might be in front already, and he's on a more optimal line. I suppose it's just a block on the inside, so yeah, can't make that. Ooh, dear. That was very skillful from both of them. So hats off to both of the Jamie and Martin there.
So if Jamie can shake Martin, he can then have a go at chasing down Jonathan Foots.
Yeah, and break up a little bit of the Paceworks party that's going on. Craig Evans. Good recovery spin, but yeah. These two have been line astern the entire race so far. With Adam Watson behind JVZ.
He's having a look.
Yep.
And Mick Muller is in the pits.
Oh, you can't even see the cars. Is that early for a pit stop? I'm expecting it is.
Well, I don't know. I can't imagine this being a high fuel use circuit.
No, I don't think it is either.
And he's got to scrape just over an hour out of it, so we'll see.
Yeah, you can do it on the, because are they fuel limited, these?
Yeah, 65%.
Then I think you get about 40 minutes worth of fuel, don't you?
Yeah.
So we will see him again in theory, unless I've got that terribly wrong. Usually when I'm racing with Tyler, he's going, and then the commentators have got the fuel wrong again. So no doubt he can correct us later.
Whoa, that was a send.
That really was. You're going to get a slowdown for that, obviously, but that was a bit wild. Paceworks nearly had a new bob.
So Stefan Goebel chasing Larry DeLonge.
Paul Burgess being chased down by Frank T. Bosch. Or he's just overtaking him, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Paul's fighting his way back through the field, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of front right damage. We'd have to go on board to see if his steering was straight, because it does look like quite a hit he's taken on that front right. Although that looks alright to me. You don't really know until they straighten it up, but that looks fine, doesn't it?
Fine, yeah.
Cheers, Sam. Curb cam. Try and do that without blinking. Oh, that was a bit wide from Josham.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
Sure. Oh, and Matt Snoop. What's he done here? It looks like the front end had taken even more damage. So Ooh, brake bias again. So he hadn't taken more damage at all. That's just me getting that wrong. That's not the first of the Black Diamond cars to do that, is it, Sam? Do you think they've got brake bias issues? Their setup being the same, maybe?
Looks like it, yes.
Yeah.
After they're from outside the car, but yeah, probably. And
I know.
Adam Watson is a bit further away from GVZ.
Yeah, he really is. So let's see what this is. Oh, was that the... Oh dear, got a real kick off that curb. Wow.
Adam Watson, then... Oh, he's in the pits, in fact.
Save of the century. He probably took damage off that, you know. 'Cause that was like he'd hit like a landmine. Do you remember the landmines of old in iRacing?
No. I don't know what you're talking about when you're talking about landmines. I was starting iRacing in 2016. I don't know if it was before then or not. I don't know why,
yeah.
but I have car crashed when they enter pit lane, which...
Because they go off the racing circuit, I think, for quite a long way. It's just the way that iRacing's got it all set up. Colin McAllister in another of the Black Diamond cars. And again, under braking, a bit of a handful.
Yeah, they would probably gain by putting less rear bias.
Yes.
Because it looks like they've got too much brake on the rear, at least for those two corners. Because we saw them like on the chicane and on the anti-air pin.
Yep.
I think that
definitely
the two corners they got some issues with.
Paul Burgess shaving the front off Craig Evans' car. Not that there was a front there in the first place. Kind of shaved where the aura of the front of that BMW was. Looks more like a Mustang now, don't you think? With that overbite of the front bonnet. And look at that in the background. These three stuck together. Although the car, yeah, that Dutchie's car is in this, isn't it? Because that's Larry DeLonge, Stefan Goebel, and Adam Watson. And oh yes, because he's been in the pits, of course. So we've had Adam Watson visit the pits, Clyde.
That's interesting.
Well, he hit one of the curbs coming out of one of the chicanes, which could have done him a reasonable amount of damage because it got him lots and lots of air. So whether he's just taken the opportunity to make sure that there wasn't any damage or not, I'm not sure. So we'll see how he gets on. Oh, dearie me. If he didn't need to hit before, he does now.
If you're going to come in and take your fast repair, you might as well make sure the cars are right off before you get there.
Get your money's worth from that fast repair. Adam Watson now will be hoping to scythe his way through the field and gain an advantage from this somehow over his teammates. Out front, because he hasn't pitted and a lot of the cars behind him have, Ty Simons currently has a 20-second lead over his actual teammate, Jonathan Foote. Where has JVZ ended up? He's ended up 11th after he's been in the pits. No?
No, he's still second and not been into the pits.
I should never believe SDK, ever.
No, never again.
I say every race.
I was wondering when you said...
Yeah,
I was wondering when you said, yeah, and everybody behind has been to the pits, and I was just, what? No? No? Alright, what happened to Jonathan Foote? Oh.
You got a lot of curb.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where is he now?
Oh, yeah. He got both of the curbs.
Yep.
which has promoted Jamie Wilson up to third.
Yes. He's got quite a gap in front of him to get to JVZ. 11 seconds nearly. He's got pretty much free track ahead of him now.
Yeah, we'll see his ultimate pace now, won't we? So
we will. This is further back in the field. This is 18th place for Barry van Engelenhoven, chasing Frank T. Bosch.
do you think it's possible that Adam Watson got a meatball
From going over the curbs? I've had it before in GTE cars where you get meatballed for things like that. It's not very often, but he did hit something massive.
Yeah, why did he pit, knowing that he's going to have to pit again?
Yeah, it was a proper landmine moment. And David Heavey says he didn't get a meatball.
Okay.
So probably just playing it safe. Or just part of his strategy, and it just happened to coincide with that event. So what's going on here for Martin Verschluven? He won't be the last to do that, and he's certainly not the first to misjudge that turn-in at the last chicane. It's not a massive slowdown, I don't think. I think it's like 1.3 seconds. It's not like some of the brutal ones that you find. Leaving Maggots and Beckett's at Silverstone, that gets you a 3.4 second slowdown. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I suppose we'll see how that has affected Adam tactically when the rest come in, because if they... Lost my train of thought there. I was reading what Mr. Heavey was putting on the chat. If they can't make the 45-minute mark, then everybody's going to have to do 2 stops.
Yeah.
And that puts Adam Watson back in the game.
Yep, very much so. I think we just lost a car to pit road. 2 cars to pit road. I think we're in a window now.
Stuart Dick.
There's already somebody in there, I think. Might be damaged cars, though.
Mick Muller is already in, I think.
Right.
Marcus Bletz has popped in.
There we go.
So, is it a case that none of these guys can make it on 1?
Possible. Or are they all trying to use some sort of undercut that they've calculated? Who knows? Usually, if there's an undercut to be had, Mr. Newitt would be in. So, having not been in so far, I don't think that that's the case. Frank T. Bosch here in a Dutch's sandwich.
Ty Simons is in the pits.
And there goes Frank T. Bosch into pit road. 2 Dutch's cars continue.
JVZ is in, and Jamie Wilson.
Jamie's matching the car he's chasing. And there's Tyler in the pits as well. And that looks like Mark Heron in front of him and Callum Mooney.
Interestingly, our event viewer thinks people are crashing when they come into the pit.
Yeah, Sam's already mentioned that. Sen Cullen into pit road. Down to pit lane speed. Looks pretty professional, this one.
So that should certainly bring Adam Watson back into it.
Yeah, as soon as the vast majority of cars in front of him are in pit lane at the minute.
I don't know if we can see Tice's pit entry.
Was it nice and tasty, or was it super quick? Oh.
And you know what? It's the only one that I have not crashing in the pit entry from SDK. What the heck is that? I mean, seriously, man. That makes no sense. But hey, nice pit entry though. I'm sure he's glad he's got his fast repair.
Yeah. I'm sure he will be angry and laughing at the same time.
Yeah.
That's Marcel Kempenaar.
So he already had a bit of a beaten up Corvette, so not sure what's going on there. One thing I need to question at the minute is why my SDK thinks that Tyce Simons is in 7th place.
Oh, it's blue again!
Wow. That's a massive communications disaster. And sadly, that is all Marcel Kempenaar.
Do you think that was a case of one pitting and one not pitting?
Yes, very much so. And we were speaking about this while you were trying to rebuild the grid before. This is exactly what we were talking about. And sadly for that Ford, he's got to do a full lap now, because I don't think he'll have got in the pits. My SDK still says Tyce Simons is
no, you are right.
7th
Yeah,
place.
because he's in 7th.
His pit lane time was massive.
Did he take tyres and nobody else did?
Oh, that's a good
I would
point.
guess so.
Yeah, I think you're on that one.
There's only one way to find out.
Yep, let's see it on a replay. And if that is the case, it's going to be exciting watching him go back through. Yeah, he's up in the air. And away. I wonder if he meant to. That's the next question. So with Martin Verschluven in front of him and another 6 cars in front of that, oh no, another 5 cars in front of that, he's got a little bit of work to do, hasn't he, Clyde, to get back to his lead?
Yeah, he's got some very good drivers to get past, doesn't he?
Although it's a bit of a crowded house at the next chicane at the minute, as they go in too wide. Jamie Wilson's in that little battle. He's side by side at the minute with a lapped car, I think. Might be Frank T-Bosch's car, who's desperately trying to stay out the way of the number one Porsche.
Ooh, was that Jonathan Foote?
It was. Very wide at turn 1.
So
Crowded out.
Simon's got 2 positions there.
Yeah, in one corner. His next victim is Jamie Wilson, and we know that he's got new tyres on that car, so...
Whoa, was somebody going then?
He was, and he's there in the distance,
I think
facing the wrong way. It's another Team Black Diamond car.
that's Snook.
Yeah. I wonder if that was done under braking as well. They seem to have been having trouble, Clyde, with their brake bias.
Yeah.
Now, they can change it in car, as far as I'm aware. Van Cullen chasing down Marco Loert. So I wonder if anybody has got pit lane time as long as Tyce Simons. So, actually, Ben Cullen does. So I think Ben Cullen took tyres as well. He's done exactly the same pit lane time. And if that's the case,
yeah,
he should be also siding through the field shortly once he gets his tyres up to temperature. Although these cars, they come out heated, don't they?
that I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Yeah, when I race in the vet, the tyres they're not at race temperature, but they are hotter than you would expect them to be. Like on a lot of other cars, they come out cold and you have to warm them up. These ones are slightly prepped for you.
Tice almost on the back of Jamie Wilson now.
Yeah, once those tyres get up, he'll have an amazing amount of speed through the corners. But we know that Jamie's not the easiest person to pass. He positions the car very tactically.
I'm not sure. Will Jamie? No, that's exactly what I was about to say. Will Jamie put up much of a fight because he knows that isn't his fight?
Yeah, and I think there was a bit of send in that from Tice as well. He was over a car's length away.
I think Jamie's fight at this moment in time is with Stuart Dick.
Yeah. Now, Stuart was one of the first cars to pit, wasn't he? We saw him in very early.
Yes.
So I wonder if that will now play to his disadvantage. He's got track position though, so usually that's 9/10 of the job, isn't it? Getting your car further down the track. Yeah, I suppose if Jamie can stay with Tice, he'll have a wonderful tow going around the track for quite a while.
Bit curved there for Stuart.
Yep.
Don't want to do that too many times. That is a lapped Porsche, isn't it, in front of Stuart?
Yes, it is.
I believe that's Tom Sluter. Tice is using mind games on the chat with Stuart.
Certainly is. Look. Stuck it on the inside of him there. Showed enough to have the spotters out at him, yep. And the new tyres means he can grip the road at faster speeds, so he can get around the corners quicker. Stuart was compliant with that, and Jamie is now closing on him.
Yeah, I think Jamie was hoping that Stuart did put up a little bit of a fight just to close that gap onto him quicker.
Yeah, it's like you often say though, that's not either of their fight, is it? They're fighting one another, and he's destined to be further up the track than them.
So Paul, yeah, back up, got himself up to 16th after his lap 1 incident.
Damage visually, I don't know whether iRacing's just kept it, because he will have been in since then, won't he?
Yes.
Yep. But his pit lane time wasn't very long. Of course it won't be, because he'll have pitted quite early on, won't he? So
yeah, and, you know, they don't have to take their fast repair either.
No, that's true.
The car's still handling, it's worth saving.
Yeah, and we went on board with him and his steering was still straight, so no issues there. Don't know what the aero impact would be, if there is one. Ooh, that was a bit of a lock-up from Marco, though. Paul's very much sizing him up for this one now. Into the hairpin, and job done.
And up to 15.
Yeah, Marco's got a good run here, though, because he took a wider line into the hairpin, so don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, no, he's backed off it. Sensible option. And yep, up to 15th overall.
That's Ben Cullen, I believe, going past Larry DeLange.
And Ben's got quite a lot of empty space in front of him before Stefan Goebel. But those new tyres might mean he gets round a lot quicker.
Yeah,
Jamie's
the next one to Precious Stewart, isn't he?
He is. I think there'll be more resistance this time.
Tice has obviously disappeared up the road with his new feel goods on.
Yeah. It is Tice's next victim is the first of the Paceworks Holland cars, JVZ. Ooh, that was lots of curb and lots of air there from Stewart again.
He does that nearly every lap on that one.
I mean, at least the car's taking off evenly. It's not going up.
Takeoff, is it? It's the landing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to need new fillings.
I have a visitor in the man cave.
Is it Shelby or Dave?
Shelby.
Shelby.
No, there is no cake left, so she's left the building.
A better line through the first part of that chicane from Jamie. It's a bit shallow, the line that Stewart took. Oh, there's all sorts going on here.
Yeah, Paul Burgess is now having to go at Larry DeLange.
Ben Cullen's just a little, well, he's a bit further up the road. He's already pulled out, what's that, about nearly 3 seconds already. Amazing the effect of having new rubber, isn't it?
Yes.
Some tracks it doesn't have such a massive effect, but this is clearly a track where it does. He's on the inside at the hairpin, but that Dutchie's car will have a better drive to the chicane. Is he going to try and keep it? Nope, he's tucked in behind Paul Burgess now as Larry. Paul is away. Jamie inches closer to Stewart. He's going to have to get a move on because Martin Verschluven's catching now.
Yeah, I think at this stage of the race, Jamie is slightly quicker than Stewart, but not to the point where he can breeze past him.
Yes, I'd agree with that description, absolutely. A bit further back down the road, Tyler is closing in on Mark Heron, I think. I always have to caveat whatever I see in SDK now with maybe or possibly or I think, just in case.
So your top three in Pro are Adam Watson, JVZ and Tice Simons. Your top three in AM are Mark Heron, Callum Mooney and Stefan Goebel.
Stefan's done a good job of keeping his car clean, given the fact that he's been around a lot of the incidents that have been going on.
Well, you know, we know he's a good driver. We see his masterclass at the Green Hell, didn't we?
Yeah.
Although ultimately it didn't end in a win for him, because Tyler out-Tylered him.
He did. And speaking of which, this is the brewing battle that I was describing a minute ago.
Somebody getting well out of the way there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the Team Black Diamond cars. I'm not sure which one. But he's done a good job of staying away from the racing line for that. Here comes Frank T. Bosch behind another one of the Team Black Diamond cars. Matt Snook in front of him, who had a bit of a brake bias snapping of the car a little earlier. This is your AM class leader with Tyler Newitt bearing down on him now. Tyler's got a lot of it done under braking. He seems to close very rapidly, doesn't he?
Yeah, but again, you know, it's getting past. It's a bit like Oran Park last night in the V8. It's a track where you're either going to send it or you need to spend 3 or 4 corners setting up a move.
Yeah, and there's a few drivers in here that were racing the V8s last night, and I really don't understand how they can race two such different cars so close together. I can barely drive the same one, same way, 2 days running.
Well, I'm not racing today, but I used to race V8 and then LMP2s back in the days, and I found it like super easy to drive a V8 and a car completely different, like GTEs and MPs and things like that, because the driving is so different that you surely don't have the same feeling on the cars and everything. I feel it way difficult, way more difficult to get from a GTE to an LMP2 or car closer to each other,
Yeah.
Because you've got kind of almost the same feeling into them, where the V8 it's completely different. So I feel it easier going from the V8 to a GT car.
Right, okay, yep. Makes sense.
I would guess that these GTEs feel quite easy to drive after driving a V8 round Oran Park.
Oh, yeah. All of the cars feel easier than a V8.
Yeah.
I, in fact, practiced for Oran Park a bit before we did the 24-hour on Nerve with the GT4. And when I first jumped into GT4 after my 30 minutes practicing the V8, I thought I was running an LMP2 car around the Nerve. So, without the speed, of course, because GT4 is pretty slow, but yeah, you get you feel like the car is just stuck to the ground. That's funny.
Tyler's fully in the slipstream of Mark Heron's Ferrari now. Both take a similar line over the bumps on the first chicane.
Tice is slowly reeling in second place.
He's taken quite a lot of time out of it because Joshua had about 5 seconds not that long ago, so he's halved it at the very least. This is the closest battle on track at the moment.
I think Adam Watson just had a bit of an off track as well from the lead.
Oh. Very hot into turn 1.
Yeah.
And then just gassed it straight the way through. That's funny. Too hot in. I'm amazed that it didn't work out worse than that for him, because he was carrying a massive amount of speed. So.
That little slip road there helped, didn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of a get out of jail free card, isn't it? A bit of grip out in the distance. So I've found this a few times chasing down Mark Heron. He's fast when he needs to be fast on the lap, if that makes sense. Keeps himself just out of reach.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I've raced a number of drivers like that. And sometimes as the chaser, when you're quicker, you can't quite understand why you can't get the job done.
Yep. Tidier line from Mark through turn 1. And just kept the distance. I mean, Tyler should get a really good amount of toe, even through these corners, and definitely on this next stretch. But it's about getting the slingshot, isn't it, to carry greater speed and momentum than the other car.
Yeah, or getting your nose on the inside, and making sure that the car you're trying to get past can't turn in at the ideal spot for the corner.
Yep. Very fast from Tyler through the hairpin there. In fact, is he having a proper look? No, not yet. Ooh. And that's to the pit lane for Mark Heron.
Yes, yeah. I was just going to say that, the Ferrari is quick in a straight line, so...
It's even quicker when it doesn't have to turn for the chicane. Yep, so Tyler has a little look, and Mark Heron says, nope, I'm off this way instead.
Yeah, have you just got it stopped?
Well, some would say that that's perfect then.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he's the first of the front runners to pit for the second time.
Yeah, Tice has got past JVZ.
He has, yes. He's just taken 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds out of him in like a lap and a half, 2 laps. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can see Adam Watson in the distance.
Yeah, 7 seconds to Adam Watson.
Yeah.
If he continues his extracurricular excursions, it won't be long before Tice is visiting him on track.
I think Adam's going to have to pit within the next 3 laps.
Okay. Let's see if Mark Heron is the start of a deluge of people to pit road. We're watching Marco Loert at the moment with Andy Perkins in front of him and Baz Sluter behind him. It's proper little train battle, this one. This is for 18th place overall.
Yeah, Marco
He's a pro car, isn't he?
has made his second stop, as has Andy Perks.
Ah, okay. So we should see these guys elevate themselves. And Jamie Wilson's kind of dropped back from Stuart Dick for a bit, which I'm not quite sure about. Has he knackered his tyres, or?
Saying that, yeah,
Stuart
Dick has come in. Oh,
That was code mauve or something, wasn't it? Not a full-on brown, I don't think. Stefan Goebel is now... He's a pit stop down on Mark Heron, of course, isn't he? Yeah. Or is he?
No,
No, he's not. Hang on a minute. Why is Mark Heron there?
Okay, so Mark Heron is on 2 pits.
Oh, he is. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
It's my
and-
SDK screen again.
Yeah, and Stefan and Ben are on 1 pit stop.
Yeah.
There was smoke in the pit lane as well. I don't know who that was, but yeah, big smoke coming up from pit lane.
Has anybody seen Marco Loert recently? He hasn't leapt over the pit wall again, has he? No, still on track. With Baz Sluter in close company. Our furthest forward second pit stop is Stuart Dick so far. Ben Cullen putting some serious pressure on Stefan Goebel now. Bit of wheel spin for Stefan coming out of that corner. And that should bring Ben into... Oh, he's just... Oh, right, okay. So Stefan did the sensible thing at that point and made sure his pit... Wow! Paul Burgess nearly inserted his Ferrari into the rectum of that Porsche.
okay, leaders in.
Oh, yeah. Adam Watson to pit road. Was close. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a 0x. So Baz Sluter still chasing down Marco Loert. I think that's Stuart Dick after his second pit stop behind them as well. Let's Stuart go. Not his fight.
Yeah, and Stuart is 1 lap ahead of these guys. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know.
Martin Verschluven is catching Jamie Wilson now. So I don't know whether Jamie's in need of some fresh rubber. Let's have a look at some time. So Stuart on new rubber in traffic doing a 126.45. And let's have a look at these two. A 126.44.
Why is
So-
Stuart in new rubbers?
Maybe he's not.
Yeah, I think last stop was only 17, and I don't think he put new tires
No,
on the first
splash
stop
and
as
bash,
well.
isn't it? Yeah.
Ah, glad we have at least one professional in the booth then.
And if you know who it is, folks,
Let us know. Because we don't.
Ben Cullen makes the move on Mark Heron.
it's cleanly done.
So the questions for me at the moment are, when Tice Simons pits, where does that put him in relation to Adam Watson? And when Martin Versluven and Jamie Wilson... Oh, what's Martin Versluven done?
Done a bit of sideways sliding.
Okay,
taking himself out of that equation.
So let's redo the equation. When Jamie Wilson pits, where does that put him in relation to Stuart Dick?
Big lock up there. I think that was from Marco.
In theory, these guys at the front can go to lap 52.
Right. Something for Tice here. Nope, just watching him go around the corners. So he's your race leader. He's got a 7-second lead over Joachim in a Paceworks Holland car behind him. And then in third at the moment is Jamie Wilson. And there are 4 seconds between Joachim and Jamie. And those are your top 3 in Pro. In AM at the minute, Callum Mooney is your AM leader for AM Symmetric, and Mark Herron is in second place for Amsymmetric, with Larry DeLonge for Dutch's Esports Alpha in third in AM. Pit stops still to be had. Down to 7th place, I think.
They were coming.
He's not taking his time, is he? He's absolutely attacking all these corners. Even with the lead he's got. Do we go on board with Tice, Sam? Just for a lap, see what it looks like from the leader's perspective. We're in second chicane at the minute. Leading out onto the little mini back straight with the kink in it, leads down to the hairpin. Takes a lot of curve there. Down to the last chicane. All looks nicely controlled. Very nice lines through these. And he's doing these at the fastest he's done them all race. That last lap that we were on with him was the fastest lap of the race so far by anybody. a 124.77. So I was right when I said it looked like he was attacking the corners. He really is.
Yeah, well, he's almost out of fuel now, so he's either going to pit at the end of this lap or the next one.
Yep, nearly sent it wide into that gravel trap there. My favourite corner on the track we've just been through. Hate this bit though. So many 1Xs through that.
He desperately wants to get out ahead, doesn't he, of Adam Watson?
I think that's what he's gunning it for. I think you're right. It depends how long his splash and dash actually needs to be, including the pit lane time. This might be his in lap, do you think?
Could be. I think he can do another.
Yeah, he's going
doing
again.
Another.
Everybody's fairly spread out on the track now. You often get this before a round of pit stops, or in the middle of a round of pit stops, I should say. That lap kind of quite considerably slower, 0.8 slower than the previous one, and that might be just to do with that one incident going through the chicane where it punted him out towards the gravel trap.
Well, Adam Watson was stationary for 23 seconds, and he will have stopped 6 laps before Tice Simons.
Okay.
So you would expect Tice's stop to be somewhere around the 15-second mark.
Well, it should be imminent, unless he's managed to get the solar panels out on his car. Certainly the class of the field, isn't he, with a 11-second gap, and that gap is growing constantly. He might choose to pit here if he's being held up in front. There we go. It might have just been that he was out of fuel at that point as well, so gets his car down to speed for pit lane.
Don't think we'll see him take tyres this time.
Not really. Not unless it's a mistake.
JVZ is in as well.
Yeah, we'll see him show in a second in the background. Well, maybe not.
As is Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, they're all coming now. So this won't take long. This will be
Martin Versluven in.
a small amount of splash and dash. There's Joachim behind him. He's away already. Was your 15 seconds a good estimate?
No, it was shocking. He was stationary for 12.
Ah. Can't believe you were 3 seconds out.
Yeah. Tyler Newitt stayed out. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So, this is the battle for first place. Point we see if Tyler's got anything for him, but given the form that Tice is in, I think he's shown himself to be the class of the field today.
Well, he's got a massive lead, hasn't he, over JVZ?
Yeah.
And Adam Watson has got back into it with his tactics. He's in a net third.
Yep. Once Tyler boxes the car, yep.
Just under 13 minutes to go.
Here is Mr. Newitt into pit road. And now everybody's started battling again now that the pit stops have shaken themselves clean. And this is Callum Mooney chasing down his teammate Mark Heron. Different asymmetric team though. Callum is with Simmetric and Mark is with am symmetric.
Yeah, Jamie Wilson is up into 4th.
Yeah, he's been steadily climbing that leaderboard all race. 7 positions up from where he started. He's the Larry DeLonge is the most forward-moving vehicle at the minute. 8 places up from his start.
Yeah, Paul Burgess, after his disastrous start, has got back to 13th.
Bad, actually, when you consider that he'd have been at the back of the field by the time he got that back on track.
Currently chasing down Ben Cullen fairly quickly as well.
Cullen's done a great job of getting back on terms with Mark Heron. Mark Heron was quite away in the distance earlier in the race.
He was, yeah. So now the pit stops are out of the way. We know exactly what's going on. Ty Simons leads the way in Pro with JVZ in 2nd and Adam Watson in 3rd. In Am, Mark Heron leads the way with Callum Mooney in 2nd, and Stefan Goebel is now up to 3rd.
I mean, there's all sorts of bragging rights on this particular camera shot, isn't there? So this is for first in AM, 2 asymmetric cars. I don't think Callum's are going to want to come second, is he?
No, and it's for 9th overall, so
good points. Yeah,
you know, it is points. So
the point I made before about the fastest lap of the race for Ty Simons. He's the only car that's made it under the 1 minute 25 mark all race.
yeah,
And that just shows his overall speed and capability. Sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, you know, Callum Mooney, especially for me, an unknown quantity. We know Mark Heron. We've seen him race before, but I believe this is Callum's first, first one of our leagues that he's been in, and he's certainly, you know, putting it to some of the big guys.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, some of the cars that are behind him are our regulars, and there's 4 or 5 pro cars behind him, which is massively impressive. Obviously, Paul Burgess got either taken out or took himself out of turn 1. I'm not sure which one that was now. I can't really remember.
I'm sure he got nudged.
Right. So he's behind. But, you know, Marcus Blatt's he's 4 seconds back down the road. Might become an issue to him, and maybe in the time we've got remaining. What we're watching here, though, Andy Perks, and who's that in front of him? Marco? Yeah, Marco Lower. Stuart Dick.
Yeah, he's on the back of Tyler Newitt, yeah.
Incredible under braking, isn't he, Stuart? It was.
Yeah, that gap closed rapidly, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
So
Stuart
we've got
was
7 minutes.
7 minutes to go. Right, okay. It's gone very quickly.
5 laps, I think.
Yeah, he's really on him now. And Stuart was reasonably dominant in the GT4 league that we ran when Asymmetric were part of that. So we know he's got form. And Tyler and gaps him in that last few corners.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot, haven't we, tonight, where cars and drivers are stronger and weaker on certain parts of the track.
Yeah, that was quite pronounced, wasn't it? And you're right, we've seen it from a couple of little get-togethers. Jamie Wilson, who was he tangling with before? Can't remember now, actually. Martin Versluven, I think it was. And this is Andy Perks closing in on Marco Lower.
Sorry, just giggling at the driver's radios there.
Oh, that's not what he wanted to do. He's I don't think he's lost any positions. I think they were all laps down. Is that Ben Cullen trying to stay on the lead lap?
Yeah, he's desperately trying to bribe Ty Simons to stay behind him. He's offering him nude photos and all sorts.
Well, Ben just needs to go faster, you know.
Yeah. Pedal on the right, Ben. So, yeah, Ben's got Paul Burgess 3 seconds behind him. And closing maybe a little bit. So there can't be much of this left now, is there? Right.
No, we got 3 minutes.
So that's probably 2 laps, is it?
Yeah, 2 after this one, I think.
Yeah, I think Callum Mooney is about to get very, very tasty with Mark Herron. He's closed the gap, or he had closed the gap. It's now suddenly reached out again. Yo-yoing up and down at the moment, so I think that's probably where the action is. We certainly closed that gap right down.
So Porsche versus Ferrari.
And Tyler has caught up with Jonathan Foote and kept the gap back to Stewart.
Ooh.
Mark Heron got a slowdown at the last chicane. I think he must have cut the corner. He wouldn't be going that slow otherwise.
Yeah.
He'll be furious with himself for that, I'm sure.
2 laps from the end.
And this is Tyler trying to reduce the angle of that chicane there for Jonathan Foote so that he can get a run on him down the hill here. This is definitely on this one, and Stewart is now right on these guys as well. Your inset picture is Tyler. Goes right up in the hairpin again there. Shows his nose. Did Jonathan Foote just go straight on? He did. Right, okay, so that's one less job for Tyler.
That's either a drive-through or he's short-fueled it.
We'll soon see.
And we just saw the white flag. So
Yeah.
this is
Last
Leader
lap.
up
is,
all of those guys. Yeah.
leader is coming round to
And
take the checkered flag.
that's a
Splash and
drive-through
dash.
for Jonathan Foote.
Yeah.
Right, it is, yeah, sorry. I thought he was peeling off for a pit box then, but he wasn't. And
There it is.
Yep.
There's your winner. Ty
Simons.
Simons again.
We'll have to wait a little while for JVZ.
Callum Mooney's going to come round to take the AM win. Unless Mark Heron can do anything about it. But JVZ comes home second. Adam Watson third. Jamie Wilson fourth.
Looks like Tyler's going to keep Stewart behind him here.
I think Mark Heron just went off track trying to chase Callum Mooney.
Oh, he's not behind him anymore now. Very slow line approach. Or has he already crossed the line? Has he already finished? No.
Yeah, he finished just before.
I like it. So a bit of excitement towards the end of that. Oh yeah, he really did, didn't he? It's a lack of decent grip, clearly, from those old worn tyres now. There we go, Paceworks formation driving. And those are your 1, 2 and 3, your full podium for Paceworks tonight.
Don't encourage him, Pete.
making the most of it. Stuart Dick has just posted a message in Discord, and I was right. His issues earlier were hardware issues, and he had 2 of them in the same race. And some proper donuts for Tyson Simons. He's good at them. Callum Mooney in the distance also contributing to the tyre smoke. Your Pro and AM victors.
They could at least synchronise it, couldn't they?
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be impossible. Synchronized donuts. Quite a good slow-mo that Sam did there. That one car vanished as he reset and the other one appeared. It's good. So, back end of that race was very exciting. Some individual battles, and of course the actual race, the second time we started off. So yeah, apologies to people who were waiting for the delayed restart to that race, but just one of those things. In the end, we got nearly all the races on, and the beginning of the race and the middle of the race were tremendously exciting. There was a little bit of time towards the end where everybody was off pit strategy and a bit separated, but all got back together again, and we'll go through the finishing order. So your race winner tonight was, again, that man, Tyson Simons for Paceworks Esports. Second was Joachim van Zulen for Paceworks Holland, followed home by his teammate Adam Watson in third for Paceworks Holland. 1, 2, 3, full, can't think of what I'm saying now, podium for Paceworks. Jamie Wilson finished fourth for Team Chimera. Martin Vishluven finished fifth for Dutchies Alpha, and Tyler Newitt sixth for BSTV Esports Green, with Stuart Dick seventh for Asymmetric, and then the first of our AMs, Callum Mooney, the winner of AM tonight, overall eighth. Then Mark Heron, the second of our AMs for AM Symmetric, or AM Symmetric, sorry, in ninth. 10th was Jonathan Foote for Paceworks. Marcus Bletz finished 11th. Ben Cullen for BSTV Esports Yellow finished 12th. 13th was Paul Burgess for Asymmetric. And then our third place, our final podium spot for AM, Stefan Goebel for VTS Yellow. 15th was Larry DeLonge for Dutchies Alpha. 16th was Marco Leuert for VTS Red. Andy Perks finished 17th for AM Symmetric. Baz Sluter finished 18th for Dutchies Bravo. Frank T-Bosch for Work Guard by Result finished 19th. 20th was Craig Evans for Team Black Diamond 2. Matt Snook for Team Black Diamond finished 21st. 22nd was Barry Van Englenhoven for Dutchies Bravo. 23rd was Marcel Kempenaar for Dutchies Charlie. Colin McAllister finished 24th for Team Black Diamond 2. Tom Sluter was 25th for Dutchies Charlie. Mick Muller for Black Box Sim Racing finished 26th. 27th was Simon Chester for Team Black Diamond. Anthony Downs for AM Symmetric finished 28th. And Chris Shaw rounded out the field for BSTV Esports Green.
Excellent. Well done, Pete. So let's get our interviews underway, and welcome to the booth, race winner Tyson Simons.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello. So, an interesting race from your side anyway. We questioned, or I questioned your decision to take tyres on the first stop, but even though there was a massive gap to the guys out in front, you managed to carve your way through the field.
Yeah, it was a split decision. I drove into the pits. Don't ask me how I drove into the pits.
We may have caught that.
Oh no.
Well, actually, I think, shall we say your team boss pointed it out and then we
Oh
went back and
no.
had a look at it?
Of course he did. Of course he did. Yeah, I did a slight Hamilton impression. So I had to use my fast repair. But yeah, my tires were not on the bad side, not on the good side, and I was just like, well, I had the gap, more or less. I was gaining each lap, and I was also still fuel saving. So I was like, well, if I don't have the pace to overtake him again, I don't even know what happened. So I just took him. I'd rather hunt than be hunted, if you get what I mean. So that was my decision to take tires, and I feel like it worked out at the end. Um, yeah, the track felt awesome, and the car felt awesome. It was on rails, and yeah, at the end, good result for the three of us. Well,
Y-
as well as Jonathan, but he fell back a bit at the end of the race, but still good result.
Yeah, and the last few laps there was a bit of a bromance going on with Ben Cullen.
Yeah, that was funny. He was on the radio like, "Please don't lap me. I want to stay on the lead lap." And I was like, "What do you pay me?" And since my racing academy had launched over the last week, he was like, I will be your first customer if you don't overtake me." So I have my first customer now.
Well,
And
good
we've
luck
been
with that because Ben is quite a handful. But yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
yeah,
cheers. I'm going to do my best.
you'll get plenty of money out of him. And we've been asked to ask you how to do donuts in the BMW GT3.
Oh no, no, no. Okay, this is the point. We were doing the Nürburgring 24, and well, we had a decent result in split six. We finished P5, and I've took it over the finish line, and I was trying to do donuts. But I'm telling you, that traction control on that car is a joke. You can't do donuts at all, and everyone was making fun of me, like, "Haha, you're a 5K driver, but you can't even do donuts." But I'm telling you, just hop into a test server now and try to do donuts in that car. It's impossible. And for good measure, I showed that I can do it in the Porsche. So I'm
Yeah, that was very, very good. So obviously another win for you.
yeah.
Next time out, we are at Laguna Seca. What do you think to that track?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've never really driven it in another car than the MX-5 in the rookie series, so it's going to be interesting. And I hope I can make a good setup to suit the track with elevation changes, etc. And I feel like the Porsche will be good since there are not a lot of bumps and not a lot of curbs. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, that's it.
Well, let's hope Sam can get a curb cam sorted out for the Dipper.
Oh yeah.
So before we let you go, mate, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, to my team, like amazing result today, claiming the whole pro podium. Yeah, and that's it. And you guys, of course, for the broadcast again.
Okay, so our race winner, Ty Simons. Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
See you later.
Okay, Pete. So next for you, let's bring in our third place driver, Adam Watson.
Good evening, Adam. How are you doing?
All right, you?
Yeah, not bad. You'll be feeling pretty good after taking the third step on the podium tonight, behind your teammate Joachim. Eventful race for you, though. You had to fight for some of that, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. Me and Joachim had similar pace, but yeah, it's really good to get a result finally.
And you were, well, less than half a second behind him for a good proportion of the start of that race. Were you under team orders? David on the chat said no team orders. They're just not allowed to wreck each other, which is fair enough. Were you stalking him, or were you just happy to sit there and either save fuel, or what was the tactic at that point?
No, so yeah, Dave and Carl, right. We have no team orders. It's just as long as we don't do a Mercedes and kill each other, then
Yeah.
we're all fine. No, I was generally trying to get past him. So
Right. Okay.
So through like the first and the last part of this car track, I was a lot stronger, but I couldn't get a run to build up one because through the second chicane, the BMW was just a lot better than what I could do. So I could never get the run, and when I did, I just made a mistake.
And the curbs and the Porsche, they don't really go together, do they? It rides quite low, and we saw a lot of Porsches getting pitched up in the air from the curbs. Did you struggle with that?
Not so much in the first chicane, but definitely the second chicane. I kept hitting like this small curb, which kept putting on two wheels.
Yeah.
And kept having some wild moments. But just throughout the race, my car wasn't that bad over the curves, which I was happy about. I just kept making little small mistakes.
Yeah, I tend to avoid the small mistakes and just go for the giant ones instead. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to in celebration of your podium finish?
Yeah, just everyone at Paceworks and basically you guys for the stream and just everyone for the support, and obviously Jamie I thought he was going to catch me at one point in the last 5 minutes.
No, he was strong today, and we'll speak to him shortly, no doubt.
Just a quick question for Adam. Did you abandon your rear tyres only stop this week?
When I was on 19X for the last 35 minutes, and yes, I was like, I'm not going to try anything.
I've just seen that message from AAA on the chat.
Well, I did take a front right by accident, though.
That's class. Well, congratulations. 3rd place tonight. Massive haul of points. We'll do your championship. No harm at all. Adam Watson.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's bring in now our AM winner, Callum Mooney. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your first AM win. Hell of a race there between yourself and Mark Heron. We had a look sort of 2/3 of the way through the race, and you seem to be quite a way behind him, and then you seem to catch up in a hurry. Was that pure pace from you or mistakes from Mark?
I think it was more Mark having issues with his tyres. I mean, I tried to stick with Tyler in the middle part of the race, but I just didn't have the pace to keep up with him and Mark. So I let them go. I knew I was in 2nd place arm. Then later on, I was speaking to Mark. I was happy to stay behind Mark. Mark's tyres were going off, and I think it was 3 laps to go. He made a mistake at the last chicane. I got past him there. But I mean, I was on 19X for the past sort of 10 laps. So I wasn't going to make any moves, but he did make a mistake. So luckily for me, I got past him.
Yeah, we see that he got a slow down, didn't he? And then obviously he was pushing hard on that. I think it was the last lap, trying to get back to you, and made another mistake. But cracking drive from you, mate. Everything sort of seemed calm and under control.
It was.
Could you tell us any different?
No, it seemed to be a good. I mean, compared to the first race, it was quite calm. Yeah, I didn't even get over the start-finish line. But it's a couple of practice sessions through the week. The curbs are a killer here, so it's quite. I did struggle with that second chicane. I was getting off tracks left, right, and centre, but I just had to manage them near the end. I had a 16-second gap behind us to P3, so I knew I had the room to just take my time. But unfortunately, Mark made the mistake near the end.
Yeah, well, you've got to be in the right place at the right time to, take advantage of those mistakes. And next time out, we're at Laguna Seca, as Tice just pointed out, a track that most of us have done thousands of laps on in the MX-5 in the rookies, but not tended to take a GTE round there. So,
no.
What do you think to Laguna Seca?
I mean, I do enjoy the track. It's quite difficult to stay with. I mean, it's quite easy to get a tyre off and spin on that track. Speaking of AAA the other day, he's quite confident he's going to win that round, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
We'll hold him to that then.
Yeah.
Oh, well, excellent. Well, like I say, congratulations on your AM win and 8th place overall. Any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, just for the whole asymmetric team, really, they've been a great help. I mean, Abdul put us onto this league, and I've just getting into it more and more from then, and then I've getting to know the lads. They're all a great bunch of lads, and then for yourselves for putting the broadcast and everything on.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we'll see you again at Laguna Seca, and we'll see if you can take home another AM win.
Hopefully, yeah. Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Excellent. So thank you very much, Callum Mooney. Okay, last but not least tonight for UP, it's the one and only Jamie Wilson.
Good evening, Jamie.
Evening.
So I think if I was to give an award for most entertaining stalking of prey, it would definitely be you winning it. I really like the way that you close up on people, watch them for a few corners, and then just like a viper, you just strike at them. Very calm, very collected tonight, very professional in your overtakes. Hopefully you're happy with fourth, because those Paceworks boys are super quick.
Yeah, definitely. They had the top three locked out. No questions asked. I was really surprised at my own pace, to be honest. I had virtually no practice at all for this. And it's unfortunate that Ben Tusting was unavailable today. He's off doing his real racing exploits in what is best described as a flammable bathtub at the moment. A late 60s sports prototype of some description.
Right.
So he's not around this week, so I didn't have any setups to go into it with or anything like that. I just loaded like my Okayama one and realised it was on awful gearing, sorted that out, did about 5 laps, and then it was the start of race 1, so to speak. So after about 10 laps, the car just absolutely came alive. And yeah, I was just super surprised that I was putting in lap times, sort of double taking at my own lap time, thinking, crikey, that's not bad.
Yeah, better than not bad. You seem to get into free air and then just absolutely zoom up behind the next person in line. And it didn't take you long to bag them, tag them, and drop them off behind you. Very professional performance.
Yeah, it's just, as I said, unforeseen advantage. And when you get behind someone like that, as you say, you do kind of watch, where are their strong points, where are their weak points, particularly in this series, of course, because they're all in different cars. There's very few other BMWs, so I'm looking to see, where's the Porsche strong, where's the Ferrari strong, that kind of thing. And honestly, it's just opportunism. If someone takes a certain line into the corner, you've got the overspeed, do what they don't, and try and make something of it when you get there within reason. So yeah, I can't remember who it was I passed around the outside on the way into the first chicane.
We did note that, didn't we, Clyde?
Was it Tyler, maybe?
Let it be Tyler, because that'll be funny later.
Right at the start.
Yeah.
If I'm really honest, I can't take too much interest because I've just had a really good email from Godwin Emefiele, who is the CEO of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and apparently I've got $10 million waiting for me. So I'm off.
Yeah, that's not spam at all. No. Can you carry that kind of performance through to the next track, Laguna Seca?
Possibly. In some ways, they're similar. The BMW seems pretty good on curbs, which is obviously a huge strength for it around here. I didn't really have any major issue. I think I did have like a 1 second optional repair or something daft, but there were one or two that I really did clonk really hard. But just in terms of normal driving over the curbs, like the first chicane was absolutely fine. You could black that pretty hard. But the curbs at Laguna are somewhat less forgiving. Like turn 6 is going to be a big danger area through there, especially when it's going to be really close. We're all behind each other. You can't really see it. So it'd be important to practice in traffic around there so that you get your references going through there, because that'll be the undoing of any car, including the BMW. And also the one at turn 4, whatever it is, the fast sweeper one. If you just smash that curb, it'll put you straight into the sand on the outside. So, yeah, in terms of general characteristics of the car, I think it will suit there equally as much as it did around here. Just, similar tracks.
No, that's good. So, yeah, 4th place tonight. Congratulations for that. And we'll hope to see you at Laguna Seca with Ben, hopefully. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and pop some champagne corks or whatever you're going to do for 4th place?
Maybe some orange juice.
It's a wild night.
Something equally refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yourselves as usual. You know, all the usual suspects. Tice, because he's obviously just on another planet. Because I think he took tyres and then just drove past everyone. You know, for the rest of us, the arithmetic of that doesn't quite work out. But he's got such advantage that in his case it does. And you know, in all credit to him for that. And Clyde for giving us extra racing action upon what we signed up for. I mean, technically, Clyde, you could charge extra, you know, an uplift to the entry fee because we got an extra, you know, 10 minutes of racing on the season.
Well, I did make a comment that you know, obviously the first non-race, the start was mayhem, and then everybody was at it again with a rolling start, so it didn't really make any difference.
Yeah, it was a bit sketchy towards the. Well, it wasn't towards the back, was it? It started at the front.
In the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. But you'll have capitalised on that. So anyway, congratulations, Jamie, 4th place tonight, and see you soon.
Yep. Cheers, guys.
Right, so that's the interviews over, Pete. How do we sum up that race? We always say it, but it did have a bit of everything.
It did quite enough towards the 2/3 of the race mark, but the pit stop strategies was fairly fascinating. There was battles all the way through the field. Zolder delivered like it always does. See, you don't like this track, but I think it generates really good close racing, and we saw a lot of it tonight. Jamie Wilson was absolutely hooked up. So was Ty Simons and the Paceworks team in total. Great night of racing. Shame about the bubble at the first one, but recovered it perfectly well. And shame for anybody who couldn't quite make the extra time that was added to that. Yeah, again, apologies, but eventually recovered to a point.
Yeah, and Sam from the cameras, plenty of action for you, good and bad.
More good than bad, which is great. You know, we always like having some good battles to show, and it was the case again today. As always, I mean, in most of our leagues, that's usually the case. People are. We saw. I think it was Martin, and I don't remember who. Maybe Jamie or something. I think, or something like that, going side by side through the chicane. It was just, you know, all of this is about just fair, clean racing, and this is what we love. So, again, a great race.
Okay, so obviously, as usual, thanks to all the drivers for showing up. Thanks to all the viewers, everybody that joins us on the chat. We always enjoy that. Make sure you drop the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you follow us on Facebook. If you haven't had enough of us already, we're back again tomorrow with the Next Level E-Series GT3 Cup from Suzuka. Now, we all know what Suzuka can be like. It can be very, very wild or very, very sedate. I think I know which way I'm going to hedge my bets tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, you must join us, tune in and watch the multiple deaths of Mr. Pete Bingham around Long Beach. That's bound to be an absolute corker, and we'll see how many cars we can park on the fountain. So that's it for us tonight. Make sure you come back tomorrow night for the GT3 action. I shall say good night to everybody. Let the guys say good night, and then we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
And good night, everybody.